course, about to undergo a major renovation, and that means the musicians will have to move to another location while the work's being done.
Yeah, Sheila Gray talked to the conductor of the Cincinnati Pops, John Morris Russell, we know him very well, to get his take on the renovations and the renaissance taking place in this city.
The Cincinnati Pops Orchestra will turn 40 in a couple of years, and coincidentally, it's been that long since Music Hall saw a renovation. I'm chatting this morning with the public face of the Pops, conductor John Morris Russell. Always so fun to see you, John Morris.
Thanks so much.
So the renovation, we just heard recently that it's going to close Music Hall for a year. What are you expecting to see from the renovation?
You know, we've been talking about this for years, and all of us around Music Hall, are always thinking, well, what's going to happen? As soon as we pull the trigger on this thing, champagne corks, balloons, all the rest, and then all of a sudden, now it's happening. Holy cow, it's an immense task. We have to move everything out of Music Hall and go to the Taft Theater for the year, and then, of course, come back a year later. We still have an entire season at Music Hall, and, I've got my camera out, and I'm taking pictures of everything, how it is right now. Absolutely.
Yeah, the before pictures.
Yeah, absolutely. We did this to we did this to our house when we fixed it up there.
It's like HGTV. You got to take the before pictures so we can see the after pictures. Is there one thing that you are really looking forward to having as a conductor when it's finished?
Well, we've always wanted to unlock the amazing acoustic potential of the hall. We know that there are some fantastic acoustics there in a few prime seats. What we want to do is make great acoustics for all the seats.
Okay.
And we know that the space is glorious and wonderful, and to see it come to life again for the next 100 years is something just amazing, and to be part of the process, incredible.
Well, Bob and I are huge fans of the Pops. We love going to the performances, and I love it. Some of the famous people that you have had perform with the Pops, Kristen Chenoweth, Mandy Patinkin, I could go on and on. Do you have like a personal favorite performer who you've conducted?
Yes.
Who is it?
It's the Cincinnati Pops Orchestra.
Okay.
Seriously, I mean,
good.
Our players are such virtuosos. They're amazing. Be able to shift gears so effortlessly from one musical style to the next. And you mentioned some of those big names, but think about music history written there at Music Hall. I mean, Edward Elgar performed there, Rachmaninoff. I mean, unbelievable. All of that history that is there for 130 some odd years. Incredible.
It must be a great time for you to be a leader in the arts community, to see the renaissance of downtown and over the Rhine, around Music Hall.
Incredible. I was here first in 1995 as the associate conductor, went down to work there at Music Hall at Over the Rhine. And we had just moved from Savannah, Georgia. Savannah, which has a beautiful restored downtown. And my wife and I would always look around and say, oh, any day now, this is going to be happening, we could see it. We could imagine it. And, 11 years later, when we left and I went to Canada for the next phase of my life, nothing had happened. And then came back just 5 years later, and everything started happening.
Yeah, it's exploded.
Yeah.
It really has.
And I believe so much of it is because of this new generation of leadership that has been here for so long and said, let's really make a difference. And everyone from Otto Imbudig to my colleagues in other arts organizations around town have all come together to say, let's make this city extraordinary. It's always a thrill.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
And enjoy that last year in Music Hall before the big renovation.
You betcha.
All right, we'll be right back.